This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends, where we're going to take a deep dive into the lore of the Star Wars universe.
Welcome to the Holocron Histories podcast. I almost said the Star Wars Lorecast, and that is not the name of this podcast.
It's close.
But we talk about Legends versus Canon in topics from X-Wings to the First Order to whatever. If it's in the Star Wars universe, we talk about it's Legends versus Canon. I'm one of your hosts, Austin, also known as D-Cut.
And I am Ben of Temeria.
Yeah, and so we are back for the first episode of the new year. It is 2023. And what are we talking about today, man?
So, since we just got out of the holidays here in the U.S., celebrated Christmas, New Year's and all that, I thought it'd be a fun thing to talk about Life Day, which is the celebration. It's in the Star Wars universe. It's basically what is Christmas, New Year's, and all the holidays around the our December time is in the Star Wars universe. And they just celebrate it as Life Day, and it's typically celebrated over a few weeks in the galactic calendar. So it's just more than one day. But yeah, we're going to talk about a Star Wars holiday, and one of the very few.
Yes. At least that seems to be galaxy-wide.
Yeah, true, exactly. At least
even
that's
though its origins,
galaxy-wide.
Yeah, its origins are on a single planet.
This is true.
Well,
So
let's get into it.
Start off with Legends, with the ancient history of the holiday. The origins of Life Day lay in the culture of the Wookiees, sentient mammals who hailed from the arboreal world of Kashyyyk, with evidence that Wookiees celebrated the holiday by beating tree drums as early as 1,500,000 BBY. Holy crap. So this is the farthest we've ever been back.
Yeah, there is not an event. The furthest we go back is 25,000 years, or maybe 50,000 years BBY.
Mm-hmm.
But the Republic is only 25,000 BBY.
So, thanks to Chewbacca and his cohorts and his species, we have this awesome holiday. So, the Tree of Life was the birthplace of the Wookiee culture, and it served as a central gathering place for the holiday. For many generations, Life Day was celebrated every 3 local years, but as the joyous holiday spread throughout the galaxy, many species and cultures began holding the celebration once a year.
Cool.
And then now we get to the Galactic War. So we jumped way ahead of everything. By the end of the Cold War, around 3,640 BBY, the tradition of exchanging gifts and decorating homes with the festive Life Day flair had already become a mainstream aspect of the holiday. By the time of the Galactic War, holographic Life Day trees could even be found in the core world of Coruscant, capital city of the Galactic Republic. So this is during the time of Old Republic, the MMO.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you play the MMO even today, every time around in December, we have the Life Day event, which is specifically this, to where we celebrate stuff that is in our real world as Christmas and New Year's, but a different holiday in Star Wars. And then to celebrate Life Day, a jolly old man dubbed the Master of Ceremonies set up shops in the Republic's Codric Station, along with an entourage of Life Day revelers, comprising of humans and Wookiees. While the Republic welcomed the Master and his followers without issue, Imperial Edict GR-1NC4 heavily discouraged citizens of the Sith Empire from participating in Life Day, largely because certain activities be deemed unbecoming of Imperial citizenry. So the Empire, of course, doesn't like Life Day. Go figure.
Why not? I mean, they're not really fans of Wookiees, so why would they be?
That's true. And then, regardless, the Master of Ceremonies had somehow obtained an official license to peddle his holiday cheer in the galactic trade market sector, the Empire's Viking space dock, and the Outer Rim territories, an era in which those in licensing had been punished for the fullest extent of Imperial law. So he found a loophole, basically, and started selling his own goods in both, not only in the Republic territories, but in the Imperial territories. And then, despite this oversight, the sale of Life Day goods was allowed to proceed. However, items sold by the Master of Ceremonies remained under review per section of 53-T of Imperial Law. The citizens were warned that purchasing such items may constitute an official contraband violation, and edict also noted that the revelers' presence coincided with the reappearance of the Grey Sant, an ancient Gree starship over the planet of Ilum, which marked the return of the once powerful Gree enclave to known space.
Okay, Kree. Okay, it's a little too similar here. Star Wars.
Right. Star Wars, Marvel, stop playing off of each other.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to get Psyche in here.
Right. And then now we jump even thousands of years later to the Clone Wars. So, thousands of years later, during the time of the Clone Wars, Life Day was celebrated at the main Jedi Temple on Coruscant. The hollowed halls of the temple was decorated with garland and colored Life Day orbs hanging from the ceiling, along with small worship trees surrounded by gifts, boxes in the temple's main hall, service droids, including the R2 series astromechs, P3-NUT, so P3 Nut, and R6R-0WL, or R6 Owl, and the R5 series droid, BRRR, so Burr, bore festive paintings. So you had 3 droids named Peanut, Roar, and Growl, and Burr. And then some clone troopers donned fancy armor, such as a Nutcracker armor and Life Day clone troopers armor. Even the Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi, known to wear his festive clothing during the holiday. While the Republic was quite fond of Life Day, the opposing Confederacy of Independent Systems were not, as evidenced by their offensive attack on the settlement on the icy planet of Ortum Platuna, and celebrated the occasion.
On Life Day? Come on. Jeez.
Yeah, go figure. And I kind of now want to see Obi-Wan in festive clothings. Like, what the heck?
He is Space Jesus.
He is, that's true.
Well, I guess technically Anakin is Space Jesus, but...
Okay, yeah, technically Anakin is Space Jesus, but Obi-Wan looks the part better.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is Space Jesus. I don't care about the logistics or the lore. Obi-Wan is Space Jesus.
And then the Jedi Temple in Coruscant, The Orta Plutonian settlement was decorated with garlands and Life Day orbs. A number of wonder of Warshi trees and had also been placed throughout the settlement, surrounded by numerous gift boxes. The Plutonians, hoping to mend their past rifts with the native Tals, sought to deliver these gifts as token of goodwill. The infamous Separatist Droid Army Supreme Commander General Grievous schemed to put a stop to this by sending his battle droids to attack the settlement and steal all the presents. So basically, they made General Grievous the Grinch.
Yeah, except his heart doesn't grow 3 times size. It said it gets burned up by a blaster.
This is it's a sad way for that Grinch, but okay, it's whatever. And then, however, under the leadership of the clone commander Cody and the Jedi General, the Grand Army of the Republic and the Jedi Order stood posed to drive Grievous and the other Separatists off. Shortly after Grievous landed on Orta Plutuna aboard the Belobub 22 starfighter, the Solus 1 and a large droid army consisting of B1 series battle droids, B2 super battle droids, and the DS-D1 dwarf spider droids, armored assault tanks, and R-N99 Crusader class droid enforcers, and single trooper aerial platforms invaded the... Holy crap, he's literally just sent a small army. Just take out this one little settlement for Life Day.
Yep.
And then...
Also,
yeah?
I just have to know, why weren't these episodes of the Clone Wars? I felt like they'd
Right.
be hilarious.
It'd be great.
Be so funny.
And then, despite a relentless onslaught of 5 waves of battle droids, which included even General Grievous himself, the assortment of defensive fixtures constructed throughout the settlement managed to pick away at the attackers. In the end, General Grievous realized all was lost. He called for a retreat and hastily ran away from the battlefield. Which, he normally does that on, a regular occasion. When he's like, oh, I'm going to lose, I'm going to jump out of here.
Yep. It's to let you know that he's a coward.
Oh, big time. So now we get to the Galactic Civil War. So by the time of the Galactic Civil War, Life Day had become increasingly important to the Wookiees since the Galactic Empire had enslaved many of their kind. One particular Life Day holiday was celebrated around 3 BBY, while other various festives are carried out between 0 BBY and 3 ABY, including one noteworthy celebration halfway through the year of 1 ABY, in which the Rebel Alliance hero Han Solo attempted to bring his Wookiee companion Chewbacca home to Kashyyyk in time to see his family. So, if nobody knows, this is basically the holiday Christmas special that Star Wars did that no one should watch because it was that bad.
Hot take.
It was the first time we see Boba.
No, yes, but also hot take. The holiday special is hilarious. If you watch it as a comedy and a satire on Star Wars, it is hilarious. Think about it like you're playing the Citadel DLC of Mass Effect. Is that good Mass Effect? Is it good lore? No, but it's hilarious and we love it.
Yes. That is so true.
Hot take. Holiday special. Peace.
Funny enough, you can't even find the holiday special because Disney has never distributed it.
I want it. Free the holiday special.
The only holiday specials we get now are in Lego format.
Which, that one's good too, but I'm sure we'll get to that. Maybe.
And then, despite being forced to invade an Imperial blockade of Kashyyyk, Han successfully brought Turui to his home in Rurukuro.
Sure.
We'll go with that. It's Wookiee. It's in She-Wook. I don't know how to read that. They also made it in time to partake in the Tree of Life ceremony, as did Luke Skywalker and his 2 droids, R2-D2 and C-3PO. Princess Leia Organa was also there to sing A Day to Celebrate, a celebratory Life Day hymn The ceremony also saw the inclusion of many other Wookiees, all who wore the ceremonial Life Day robes.
Okay,
And-
pause.
Yes.
It has been a minute since I've seen the holiday special. Does Carrie Fisher actually sing?
I don't recall Carrie Fisher singing, but I could be completely wrong because I haven't seen it in like well over 10 years, if more than 10, 15 years.
I'll have to find it and figure it out. Because that's hilarious.
And the Life Day robes are basically just red and white robes. They're supposed to mirror like Santa kind of a thing. And then this was not the only time Han Solo and Chewbacca traveled to Kashyyyk for Life Day. During a subsequent holiday, the duo arrived on the planet alongside with R2-D2 and C-3PO, only to discover that the Wookiee Elder had canceled the event due to the lack of Orga route. Chewbacca, angered by this decision, attacked the Elder. So don't get Chewbacca mad. As we've seen many times in the films, don't make a Wookiee mad.
Man, Chewbacca is serious about his Life Day. I think Chewbacca, hot take, Chewbacca is one of those people that is upset that Starbucks has the red cups.
Oh, God. And then
if you're offended by that, listen to a different podcast.
Oh, my God. And then Han Solo diffused the situation by agreeing to travel to Kashyyyk's lower levels to search for route. Journeying with Chewbacca and the droids, the group managed to acquire the route after witnessing the planet killing a group of Imperials, or the plants killing a group of Imperials. An Imperial scientist named Gali Petro was spared, however, she joined the group during the Tree of Life ceremony. So apparently these roots kill people.
Oh.
Which most plants in the Star Wars universe do. So.
Except for Maelurons. Though you could argue
Maelurons,
that Maelurons do kill people because you're trying. If you steal an Imperial fighter while you're trying to get them, you might die.
That's true. And then during the days leading up to one particular Life Day, a scurrilous smuggler by the name of Shady Purs stole all the Orga route on Kashyyyk in order to save the holiday. A Wookiee by the name of Tibura traveled off-world to find help, accomplished by a protocol droid and donning a long red Life Day robe. Tibura talked with various people at the local spaceport. And then Emperor Palpatine, leader of the Empire, refused to acknowledge the efforts made by the Rebel Alliance during Life Day. And while Holt-Deb Orga of the Corellian Times could not reach him for comment, Palpatine publicists revealed that the Emperor harbored disgust for the holiday, which he considered humbug.
Okay. First of all, 100% Palpatine would celebrate Life Day for appearances only.
Yes.
He would do that. But secondly, if he is the Scrooge of this universe, the ghost of Life Day present, past, and future, they did not do their job.
Oh, God, no. If anything, Palpatine electrocuted the ghosts to death.
Yeah. So let's think about it, and then Palpatine exercises a genocide on the Wookiees. I mean, he really must hate Life Day.
Yeah. Palpatine is a whole other thing. Yeah. But yeah, he's Scrooge. So Grievous is the Grinch and Palpatine Scrooge.
So does that make Count Dooku Jack Frost? Or... And the Wampa's the abominable snowman from Rudolph.
Is he Jack Frost or is he Mr. Heat Miser?
Oh, he might be Mr. Heat Miser. But yes, and then the Wampas are the abominable snowman.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like that's obvious.
Instead of making lemonade with ice, they go, "Oh, I'm thinking Monster Inc. with that."
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's a good time for a break.
Oh yeah.
When you're a mid-sized business, you need every competitive advantage you can get. Like an AI solution that works for you, not against you. SAP Grow is built with AI embedded at its core, working across every system. And it's ready to go from day one, so you can hit the ground running. Bring it with SAP Grow, AI Cloud ERP for any size business.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel, maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
All right, well, welcome to the middle of the show where we talk about everything about the podcast that's not about Star Wars lore. And so this time we thank our patrons. Thank you to all of our patrons who support us on Patreon. If you would like to support us, you can go to patreon.com/holocronhistories and support us there. You can also support us by leaving ratings and reviews on Apple and Spotify. And if you leave a 5-star with some words, we will read it out on a future episode of the show. You can also come hang out with us on 2 Discords. You can join us on the Cups Podcasting and More Discord, which will be for this podcast and the other Cup podcasts, which are the Assassin's Creed Lorecast, the Dragon Age Lorecast, and the Inheritance Cycle Page by Page podcast. You can also join us on the Robots Radio Discord, where you can find all of those podcasts and Ben's other podcast, the Wizarding World Lorecast.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can go and hang out and chat with us there. And super fun. This is the only podcast where you will get both of us together.
True. We're both on this one, and then we have our very own shows, and then we guest star on multiple other shows throughout the month.
Yes. And so, yeah, that's that. I think that's all I got.
Do you want to read that review that we got through Discord?
Oh, yes. We do have a review to read. I forgot. I sent it to you and everything.
Right.
So this review comes from... hold on one second. This is what editing is for.
See, knew it 42?
Yes. No. So they requested a different name. So this comes from Altair's Missing Ring Finger, and they are in the Cups Podcasting Discord, which Altair's Missing Ring Finger. Where is it? What happened to it?
Where is his finger, and we need to know.
Yeah, it's like Luke's hand. Like, obviously, like, did Maz Kanata find Luke's hand with the lightsaber? I need to know. Like, is there somewhere... Is Masyaf, is there some hidden vault that has all of the Assassin's Ring fingers? These are the questions that need answering.
Knowing the mentor of the Masyaf Brotherhood, I wouldn't doubt it.
That's fair. All right, so this says Holocron History's 5 stars. I've always wanted to know more about the universe of Star Wars without taking time out of my day to do the research. Playing all the games and watching all the series and the movies to deepen my knowledge about Star Wars lore is both canon and Legends. Ben and Austin are very good hosts, and if it's possible to rate this, I would rate this over 5 holocrons. Well, thank you, Altair's Missing Ring Finger. Let us know how it is in Masyaf.
Yes. It's probably very dry.
Yes, probably.
But let's get more back into Life Day.
Yeah.
What if I told you you only have 12 hours to legally have sex?
To finding true love. Or just like a good guy.
From the director of Easy A and Anyone But You.
This whole thing is nuts.
There's nothing traditional about this night.
On August 7th, the clock starts on the summer's biggest rom-com.
I'm Owen.
Allie.
What about you and me?
Monica Barbaro, Callum Turner.
I've been told I'm a 7.
By who? Your mom?
Nah, she thinks I'm a 10.
One night only. Rated R. Only in theaters August 7th.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Cats, this ad is for you. Has your human ever called you picky, persnickety, choosy? If so, Perfect Bistro Cat Food is for you. With ingredients like wild-caught tuna and pasture-raised lamb, tantalizing textures, and delectable flavors that meet even the most discerning cat standards. You're not picky, you're just perfectionists. Perfect Bistro, mealtime perfection for every cat. Have your human visit perfectbistro.com.
All right, now that we're back, we are now going to go into the canon of Life Day. So this is everything, after Disney acquired and they considered what is the current canon. So prior to the invasion of Naboo, Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn and his Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi went to Kashyyyk to observe the Life Day celebrations there. At the celebrations, the Jedi met up with the Wookiee Briannon, a friend of Jinn's, and set out to help find the missing Wookiee Balthus. Yeah, Balthus.
Balthus,
Yeah.
that's an interesting Wookiee name.
Right?
Like, it's not as phonetic as, like, Tarful, Chewbacca, Choisik, Gunji. Like, all those are very phonetic.
Yep. And then, however, before they could do so, the Jedi and the Celebrants were attacked by the Trandoshans hunters, who captured Jinn and several Wookiees. Nonetheless, the Jedi Master freed himself and the Wookiees with Kenobi's help, defeating the Trandoshans' captors before resuming the Life Day celebrations. So, if nobody knows what a Trandoshan is, or right on the top of their head, they are Bossk's species, they're basically lizardmen in space. That's what they are. They're just lizardmen. Humanoid lizardmen.
You think the Trandoshans could at least give the Wookiees a break on Life Day? Do they have to hunt and enslave them on Life Day? Like, really?
Well, I mean, if you want to have a good pinpoint to attack and, get the best surprise, logically and practically, it's the best option.
I would see that if the Trandoshans were mindless hunters.
But they're not.
But they are not. And they're not devoid of compassion and emotion and understanding.
They just want points from their hunter and for their god of the hunt or whatever, and to ascend or whatnot.
Here's the thing. Do you think that the Hutts allowed Chrysanthemum to celebrate Life Day?
The thing is, my question would be, would Chrysanthemum actually celebrate Life Day?
I get the feeling, this is my thing from the Wookiee, because he might be angry and a bounty hunter and a Hutt enforcer, but he's super pissed at Trandoshans.
Fair.
So he obviously has a strong sense of Wookiee culture and Wookiee pride.
That's true.
So I think that yes, he would celebrate Life Day.
Okay. Who knows? We might get a Life Day something in the future of Star Wars. Maybe.
Who knows? The Bad Batch might celebrate Life Day.
Which season 2, we're recording on a Tuesday. It drops tomorrow on Wednesday the 4th.
It does. January 4th be with you. Doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't have the ring. And then when Wookiees were enslaved by the Galactic Empire, the holiday took an even greater significance. After the Empire's fall, Life Day came to be a holiday celebrated by the people across the galaxy. And then, where was I? A historian, Elok Trono, wrote in the Traveler's Guide to Batuu regarding Batuu, a planet located on the edge of the Outer Rim territories. The world's residents celebrated the holiday with festive decor. At the close of Life Day, Batuu residents gathered around the Black Spire to sing songs and spread good cheer to one another.
Is Batuu is Galaxy's Edge?
Correct. That is the so breaking the meta of Star Wars. Disney World, Disneyland, you have the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The Galaxy's Edge universe is set on Batuu. And they do actually, during this time of the year, they actually do decorate Batuu. They actually decorate Galaxy's Edge with Life Day stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Can I get a candy cane lightsaber?
I don't know if they have that, honestly. And then, as a result of Jaco's best-selling book, A Smuggler's Life, Jaco's former crewmate, the Gamorrean Tan, was made famous with his own holo show as well as a Life Day song. Around 9 ABY, a Mithril bounty was captured by a Mandalorian bounty hunter, and in wanting to get away, the Mithril told his captor that he wanted to be home for Life Day. Prior to the Resistance attack on the First Order's Starkiller base, General Leia Organa reminded the Resistance members that everyone were in the same struggle against the evil and darkness by raising Life Day as an example. And then, long after the time of the Galactic Civil War, that saw the victory of the rebellion over the Empire, a Will was tasked by his fellows with recording galactic history for the Journal of the Wills. One Will grew dissatisfied on how it was being written and stated that he would instead write a personal journal about how Chewbacca and his family celebrated Life Day.
So I guess that's where we get the story of the holiday special.
Mm-hmm.
Because
of the Wills. And the Wills are like beings of the Force that are above like a certain hierarchy in the galaxy.
Yeah. So there are several like Force beings in the Star Wars universe, and we'll definitely talk about them in some level. The first you think of are the Mortis Trinity, which is the father, daughter, and son.
Yep.
Which we see in the Clone Wars. The Wills we actually also see in the Clone Wars.
Part of the Yoda Chronicles.
Yes, the Yoda Chronicles, where Yoda goes. He goes to Dagobah, he goes to all these places, and he sees these like spirits. They very much resemble like the three fates or the three spinners from like Greek and Norse mythology.
Mm-hmm.
And they had these like masks with different expressions like happiness, sadness, concern, other things like that. And those are the Wills. But they're like caretakers of the Force and the galaxy.
Yep.
There is a theory that all of the opening crawl text of Star Wars movies comes from the Journal of the Wills.
So essentially, if anybody else is like a Marvel fan or know anything Marvel stuff, they're basically similar to the Watchers in a way.
Yes.
Which I wouldn't be surprised if that's where George Lucas came up with that.
Possible.
Or Dave Filoni. Because Dave Filoni created... Dave Filoni created the Wills.
No? They go back to George.
Do they? Okay.
He wanted to like bring them like... So there used to be like theory that like the will of the Force was a WHILL, not WILL. And so like they were embodiments of the Force. There was a lot of theory and a lot of like speculation that you can get from George Lucas that these had a broader role to play in the movie franchise that he just never kind of saw to fruition.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. And then the dissatisfied Will thus compiled some notes on the matter, and when the Will writing the journal began recording the events following the Battle of Yavin, the dissatisfied Will offered to share the notes on how the rebel heroes helped Chewbacca return to Kashyyyk to see his son Lumpy for Life Day.
Lumpy!
Like, come on, Chewbacca, you couldn't think of a better name than Lumpy?
No.
No, so it has to be?
His full name
okay.
is Lumparoo.
Okay, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense now.
Or Waru or Lumpy are the other names that he came.
Okay.
Which, In canon, Chewbacca does have either a wife or something, which we see in the Solo movie, like when they rescue the Wookiees from Kessel.
True.
Which is kind of a blending between canon and legends a little bit, because Han and Chewie do meet while they're prisoners with the Empire. They're just on Kessel instead of wherever they are.
Legends, I think it was Cloud City. Wasn't it?
I thought they were both on Kessel.
Maybe. I can't remember. So now we get to the core tenets of Life Day. So, in its deepest meaning, Life Day was a celebration of Kashyyyk's diverse ecosystem and many forms of life it encompassed. It was also a time to remember family members who had died and the young ones who had continued to bring new life to a family. Wookiees greatly valued morality, courage, compassion, and loyalty. A sacred and ancient Wookiee tradition was that of the Honor family, which comprised of a Wookiee's closest friends and companions. And then these family members pledged a commitment to lay down their lives for one another, a concept known as a life debt. These extended Wookiee families would customarily gather to celebrate a day of joy and harmony as promised by the Tree of Life. Wookiees often braved adverse conditions to make it home for the holiday, and it was important for time for family bonding and thankfulness. And life debts, we see a lot of different life debts in Star Wars. I mean, does Chewbacca have a life debt with Han?
In Legends, he does.
Legends, he does. I can't remember if he did in canon or not.
No, but we see life debts in the KOTOR games. There are life debts everywhere.
Yep. And then, however, it was at times impossible or impractical for Wookiees to make the journey home, despite being traditionally celebrated on Kashyyyk, and usually at the Tree of Life. The enslavement of the Wookiees under the reign of the Galactic Empire oftentimes forced the species to hold their holidays wherever they were. Life Day orbs, a Wookiee artifact, was a traditional symbol carried by Wookiees during Life Day celebrations. The glass-like shining orbs constituted one of the holiday's most ancient of traditions, as evidenced by the portrayal of the painting titled Ancient Life Day, in which it was being carried by a lantern. The orbs typically contain a field of stars representing the afterlife. The beings of Kashyyyk believed that when they died, they would walk off into the stars. The globes had a variety of uses during Life Day festivities. Small ones were colored and attached to the branches of ornamented trees. Others were kept as memorabilia. So basically, they're tree decorations, or kind of like a remembrance orb, kind of a style. And then most importantly, Wookiee households displayed such orbs on their tables and gathered around them, performing a giant silent prayer ceremony. Over time, the tradition of putting up colorful decorations like Life Day orbs, ornaments, buntings, and wreaths has spread through the parts of the galaxy. For many generations, Life Day was celebrated every 3 local years. But as the holiday became more popular, other cultures began celebrating and holding this celebration once a year. And then, despite its name, Life Day festivities could be celebrated over the course of several days. During the Galactic Wars, festivities were conducted over the course of approximately 2 weeks, whereas during the Galactic Civil War, festivities could be conducted over the course of at least a couple days. Which goes all the way back to like the older public MMO, where the Life Day event is typically a couple weeks. And then we have the festive wear. So another ancient tradition was that the Life Day robe, red garments worn during the ceremonies, although they were only intended to be worn by Wookiees, the robes were at times appropriated by other species. However, Life Day robes were not only the only type of clothing worn during the celebrations. Life Day jackets and holiday jackets were warm, festive jackets that worn in the celebration of the holiday. Kashyyyk elite hunters, banadolers, were also available during the Life Day, a type of bandoleer, usually worn by the most prominent bandolier. It's the sash thing that like Chewbacca wears all the time with like ammo and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Most prominent Wookiee hunters of Kashyyyk. During the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi wore a distinctive white and red robe, black boots, and white gloves, and a large black belt with a brass-colored buckle. Huh. I wonder if that, is similar to another historical mythology being that we have in our real world. So not only is Obi-Wan Space Jesus, he is Space Santa.
Good for Obi-Wan.
And then complementing his look on the drop was a drooping festive hat, white and red in color, and conceal in appearance. Obi-Wan's choice of festive clothing was available to other Republic citizens during the holiday. Even clone troopers wore celebratory suits of armor during the holiday, such as the colorful Nutcracker clone troopers and brightly lit Life Day clone troopers. Freean Dien and the model nodes don festive wear during Life Day, including long red holiday jackets, and Wookiee Life Day vendors wore red and white chef's aprons, Wookiee Life Day necklaces, and were a type of necklace worn in honor of the holiday. On the other hand, astromech droids, protocol droids, and MSE series droids will also be donned with an overlay of festive lights. Mouse droids could be affixed with a wine key and tail and give an appearance that of a toy mouse. And then, now we get to behind the scenes. Life Day was introduced in the Star Wars canon through a databank entry in the official Star Wars website. In Star Wars Legends, Life Day was celebrated in the Star Wars Holiday Special, a television variety show that was spun off of the Star Wars George Lucas film of the previous year. Makes sense. The special was released in November 17th, 1978, exactly 1 week before Thanksgiving in the United States. And the special Han Solo and his Wookiee first mate Chewbacca visit Kashyyyk to the latter can celebrate Life Day with his family. And then in 2017, short story Wills, written by Tom Engelberger and released in the part of the From a Certain Point of View anthology, contains a brief reference to the holiday special with a character stating that there was some great ideas of an episode about Chewbacca's family celebrating Life Day. And then on November 17th, 2019, a fan-organized Life Day celebration was held at Disneyland Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special, a LEGO film revolving around Life Day, was released on Disney Plus on Life Day, November 17th, 2020. In the LEGO Holiday Special trailer, the Jedi Grandmaster Yoda defines Life Day as a time of friendship, family, and a time of joy.
It's very good. You should watch it.
I have yet to watch it.
It's very good. It follows basically, it follows Rey and Finn kind of through all this going on and kind of the aftermath of Rise of Skywalker. And I will say this, Rey ends up going back in time and traveling across the Star Wars time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen clips of her going like back in time and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. It's very hilarious. It's pretty good. I recommend it.
And then Life Day celebrates values of family and joy, values which were central to George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars. Lucas defines joy as compassion and selfless form of happiness and the light side of the Force, and sees his greatest source of happiness to be caring for his children.
Aww.
And that's where Life Day comes from.
Yes. Fun fact, George Lucas' son does make a cameo appearance in the prequel trilogy.
Doesn't both his kids have a thought, right?
Yes, they do. They do. They both do. I think his daughter makes a cameo appearance with him.
Yeah, because that's in Revenge of the Sith.
Yes, they're both in Revenge of the Sith. His son is, so if you remember, after Order 66 is carried out, Bail Organa goes to the temple.
Yes, he was
and the clones turn him away, and a Jedi comes.
He was a Jedi Padawan,
Yeah.
fighting the clone troopers, trying to get a Bail out of there.
Yep.
That's right. So, Sadly, George Lucas's son did not survive Order 66. But that's what we got on Life Day.
All right. It's a fun little holiday.
It is. It's a fun event in SWTOR too. So if anybody wants to play, it's over now. So you'll have to wait next year. But it's still fun. It's a fun event. Get free stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you all for listening to the Holocron Histories podcast.
And may the Force be with you.
Thank you for listening to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon versus Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net. You can also follow us on Twitter at SWHoloHistories and contact us at holocronhistories@gmail.com.